Hey guys, it's Broman here, back in Destiny to go over some of the most important things in the new update. Well, we already went over the things in the new update, but I suppose this is from the Bungie weekly update that was just released on Thursday. And there are some really important key points that I wanted to mention and make sure that you are all aware of before the next DLC comes out, Crota's End. So, here is the good news. Before the next release, they are going to be doing all of the weapon buffs that they had announced much earlier. So I know in the last update video I was very nervous, I was concerned that we were not going to be seeing any of these weapon buffs until next year. I was wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong. The weapons that will be reshuffled, which was the language they chose in in the weekly update, are the Super Good Advice, the Red Death, the Pocket Infinity, the Thorn, the Suros Regime, the Vex Mythoclast, and the Bad Juju. Now, if you've been playing the game since release, you know that the Bad Juju, along with the Thorn, are some hotly debated exotics. Many people think they're garbage, some people think they're great. Maybe you got them and ripped them apart because you read a forum post about how they were just a gigantic sack of garbage. Well, I'm here to tell you that all of the buffs and changes, whether it be clip size buff, damage buff, assigning a damage type, there's been discussions, people thinking that the Bad Juju might be having void damage or something like that. These are the things that will be coming before the next update. Additionally, the economy of war is being updated along with the rarest and most unique guns on your rack. Even the marks you've earned will have new buyers who hold what your arsenal craves. So, that is an introduction to new vendors joining everyone at the tower. What they're going to sell, who knows? But what is for sure is they will be taking probably Vanguard and Crucible marks, and they might be selling things like Ascendant Energy, Ascendant Shards, perhaps the new exotic energy types to upgrade your weapons, or whatever they may be. These two things have been promised now by Bungie to come out before the next update, and I cannot express to you how excited I am about it. I was very worried that there were going to be no changes, nothing was going to be different before Crota's End, and that unfortunately we would just be sent into a nerfing cycle where no one would get what they wanted, and everyone would just feel like they were getting weaker and weaker over time. And as the DLCs came out, we would slowly trend toward everyone using the same weapon and having less fun and blah blah. But no, they're not doing that. Bungie is committed to balance, and I think that that is a fantastic thing. You'll also notice that there are, super cool things like an increase of really awesome fiery speeders that can do tricks. Those are great. The other thing that they talked about in the weekly update, which I really liked, is they talked about what they changed about strikes. Now, if you have been involved with Destiny and been running strikes regularly, what I thought when I initially was doing strikes after the update was that they somehow lowered enemies' health because I felt like I was doing so much more damage. What actually happened was the scaler on enemy damage to you was wrong. Enemies were doing 3 times more damage than they were supposed to you inside of a 3-person strike. So that is why if you were doing something like the Nexus strike, you would get taken out in 3 bullets, from the Nexus mine, instead of perhaps being able to tank a little bit. Every single strike was doing an insane amount of damage to you. So that was what was changed there. So the reason it seemed like I could do more damage was because I could, in some sense, do more damage while peeking out before my health dropped into an extremely dangerous area. So that was fantastic. So they returned the damage to be easier overall, and they've seen higher survival rates in the fire teams, which I think is good. Oh, let's see if we can actually finish this guy off. I don't think we can, but it will be fun. Oh yeah, pro dunks. They did change everything, so I think that that is a fantastic thing. They also normalized the damage values across all group sizes, so the player didn't feel like grabbing an additional Guardian made them weaker. That is something that I think we all had experienced in the Nightfall strikes as well. You feel like it's easier to do it solo than it is to do it with a group of people, because that damage scaling is already awful because it's nightfall, and then you have a burn, and you basically get health gated every time you get shot. So soloing strikes as a side effect has become more difficult, but working as a team has become easier. And I think that that's honestly the goal. That's what they were looking for when they were doing updates and making this game. They wanted it to be a shared world where it is more fun and easier to cooperate than it is to go all lone rogue and do everything by yourself. So these are the big takeaways from the Bungie Weekly Update this week. I am super excited to see the weapon buffs. I was excited to see the change in strikes, and I'm very excited for the end of Crota. If you guys have not seen the trailer that they have up on Bungie.net for it, you should watch it because it is sick, and I cannot wait to see how they deal with that fight and everything in it. It's gonna be incredible. Thank you guys for watching today. I hope this was informative for you. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. And do not forget, I fucking love each and every one of you. You are amazing, and I will see you next time in Destiny.